Hello everyone, welcome back to Edubun tutorial series. This is Divya, your instructor for Web Technologies. In this video, we are going to cover the topic Elements of Objects in JavaScript. Now let us get started. Objects in JavaScript can be defined as an ordered collection of related data of primitive or reference types in the form of key value pairs, or an object can be said as a collection of properties, and a property is an association between a name or key and a value. These keys can be variables or functions and are called properties and methods respectively in the context of an object. So, if the keys are variables, then you would call them as properties, and if the keys are functions, you would call them as methods. In addition to objects that are predefined in the browser, JavaScript allows you to define your own objects. How to create an object? There are three ways to create objects. The first one is by using object literal. This is achieved as below. Object name is equal to property 1, value 1, property 2, value 2, so on, property n, value n, and all the properties and value pairs are enclosed within pair of flower brackets. Next, the second approach is by creating instance of object directly by using new keyword, where object name is equal to new object of. Here this object is the constructor, which is a default constructor specified by JavaScript. Next, the third approach is by using object constructor. Here, this keyword is used to refer to the properties or methods in the current object. You might think that the second approach and third approach is same, but when you get into the examples, you will have a clear idea about the difference between the second and third approach. Let us get into the examples. This is the first example where an object called obj is defined as a property name and with value Divya, and another property name roll number with value 131. To access a property and its property value of an object, you would use object.propertyname notation. Here, in order to display Divya, I have given here object.name. Next, the second way of creating an object is by using new keyword. Here, obj2 is an object which is created by using new keyword and also by using the constructor object. The name and roll number are set to the same values as that of Divya and 131 and obj. Now, the object2 name and the roll number of object2 are displayed, and let us see the output. So this is how the output will be. Here this is the content or the value in name property in object 1, and these are the contents of object 2. This is the second example where you would just create a constructor or define a constructor to which you wanted to create an object for. Here I wanted to create an object for book. So I have declared or defined its constructor, which is title, which takes parameter title, author, and this dot title. The object to book dot title will be set to the parameter title, and the author is set to author. Next, in the body tag, I have specified another script. In that, I have created an object by using new keyword. My book is the new object to the object book. So, Pearl or Robert. These are the parameters I have passed. And to retrieve those values, I have used mybook.title. That means Pearl will get retrieved. And when I used mybook.author, Robert will get retrieved. Let us see the output. Here, this is mybook.title and this is mybook.author. As we pass parameters Pearl and Robert, they are going to get displayed. Next, this is the third example. As we have studied earlier, you can also give a property as function also. You can send, which are called methods, in this way. This example shows you how to achieve that. Here I have created or defined a function add price, which takes a parameter amount, and it will set the price of the object which it calls, which is called by, and assigns the amount, its parameter, to that object's price at property. Next, Here, book is the constructor to which I wanted to create an object for, and this dot title is set to title and author is set to title. And to add the function, I've used this dot add price is equal to add price. Here add price is the function. Next, here I've created an object my book with the keyword new and book, which takes parameters Pearl and Robert, and then I wanted to add amount to by using add dot price. So add price, my book dot add price is given a parameter 20. Add price is called with parameter 250. So the price is set to amount, which is 250 here. So and then I've displayed the title, author of my book, and also the price, which have been set by using add price. Let us see the output. Here, this is adding functions to object. This is set by using h4 tag, and then book title is Pearl, Robert, and 250. This is set by using add price function. And that is how you create an object in JavaScript. There are two more objects, array and string objects, which are predefined objects which you have to know while dealing with web technologies. Array objects. Arrays are list-like objects. The length of a JavaScript array is not fixed. That is, we can add an element to a JavaScript array and also we can delete an element. The array elements can be stored at non-contiguous memory locations. This is because we can add extra elements to an array dynamically. Arrays cannot use strings as element indexes. This is as usual because strings are not used as indexes. We use only integers. The arrays objects property and list of array elements are separate, and the arrays traversal and mutation operations cannot be applied to these named properties. The arrays object properties include length, constructor, and prototype of the object. And the list of array elements, these all are different. The object properties, which are length, constructor, and prototype, and the list of array elements are separate. And we cannot perform mutation operations on an arrays object. This is modifying the properties instead of value of properties. This cannot be achieved in an array object. Now, let us look at some of the array methods which you can use to modify an array. Length. This is the method in array object which is used to find the number of elements in an array. Push, to add an item in the end of the array. Pop. This is used to remove an item from the end of an array. Shift. This is used to remove an item from the beginning of the array. If you wanted to add an array item at the beginning of the array, you would use unshift. Index of. To find the index of an item in the array. If you specify index of and an element in an array, it would return the index. Splice. This is used to remove an item from the index position, and also it can create a new array with that removed item. Splice. This is used to make a copy of an array. Let us see an example. In the example, I've used some of the methods, array methods in here I've specified, and also there are many other methods which are used to modify an array. Let us see the example. This is the example where an array is declared by using literals directly in square brackets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And also an array can be declared by using array constructor and a new keyword. Here fruits is declared as such, and the elements of fruits array are apple, banana, and guava specified by the attributes sent to the array constructor. Next, you can display the contents of an array by just document of write.fruits, but also you can loop through the elements by using for each loop. Here, by using for each loop, I have specified the item and index each item in the array fruits. Next, the contents of array 1 are displayed by using just an array 1 variable, and also if you wanted to find, here I wanted to find the element at the index 3 in array 1. So I have given array 1 of 3. So this would return the element that is at the index 3 in the array 1. Here, push. I've used push to add an element to the end of the array, which is 6. Here, the end of array element, array 1. So array element consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 will be added. And then after adding 6, the array consists, to display that I've used the variable, or I've specified the variable arr1, and to pop an element I've popped here from the array element arr1 dot pop off. So the last element will get popped off. The last element will be here, in this case is 6. Next, splice. I've used it to splice the array arr1 and create a new array and assign the spliced element from it and assign it to the num here. 0 to 2. From index 0 to 2, the elements will get removed and then placed in num. Here, when you display num, it will contain the elements 1 and 2, and if you display the elements in array 1, it no longer contains 1 and 2, it only contains 4 and 5. Next, if you wanted to just copy an array elements into another, and create an array and another array, then you would use slice. Here num consists of 1, 2, and to copy its contents into an array called copy of num, I've used num.slice off. Next, I've displayed the copy of num, and then you can also find the length of an array. Here I've wanted to find the length of fruits, so I've used fruits.length. Let us see the output. Here, document.write of fruits will have the output like this, and if you wanted to loop through the elements would get displayed like this with an item, and this is the index. Item, as there are only 3 elements, item with their indexes 0 to 2. And then array 1 consists of elements are displayed here, and array 3 element at index 3. As the indexes start from 0, the answer would be 5. After adding 6, the elements would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I have popped, so 6 will get popped off. Next, 1, 2. This is when the splice operation is performed and when the contents of num are displayed. It contains 1 and 2. After splicing it, when I displayed array 1 contents, it contains 4, 5. And then when I performed slice on num, it would display 1 and 2. The copy will contain the elements 1, 2. The length of the fruits array is 3 because it contains only 3 elements. That is all about array object, and the next object is string. A string is usually a sequence of characters specified by using single quotes. And the string object is used to represent it and manipulate it. The string constructor returns a reference to the string function that created the object. The prototype property allows you to add properties and methods to an object in a string. So here you can use prototype property to add new properties and also methods, which you cannot do in an array. Like that. You cannot you cannot use prototype property to completely change the properties and methods in an array, which can be possible here in string. These are some of the string methods. Length is used to find the string length. Caret, this is used to find the character at specific index. And char coded, it would show you the unique code of the value specified at the index. Next, concat, it is used to combine two strings. Index of, this would find the first occurrence of the character specified in the as a parameter in the string. Last index of, it would give the last occurrence of the character value you have specified in the parameters in the given string. Subster, this is used to find the part of the given string on the basis of specified starting position and length. Slice, this extracts a section of string and returns a new string. To lowercase, this is used to convert the string to lowercase, and to uppercase is used to convert the string to the uppercase. Trim, this is a method in string object used to remove white spaces from both sides of a string. This is an example for string methods. I've used some of the string methods we have discussed before, and The first string str1 is declared by using new keyword and a constructor string which takes parameter zebra. So zebra is assigned to the variable str1. str2 is assigned a, b, c, d, f, g, and this is an assignment of string using literals. Next, I have displayed the string 1 by using the name of the string str1 and string 2 with str2. Next, I wanted to find the string 2 length. So I have used str2.length to display it, and also I wanted to know the character at the index 0 in string 1. Here in the zebra, I wanted to know the index of z. Here it would return 0. str1 dot caret of 0. This would specify the output the element z. Character code at index 0. I wanted to know the character code of the element specified at specific index. Here it is achieved by using char codec of 0. The index 0 consists of the character z and its character code would be 90 and it will get displayed. The index of character c in str2. I wanted to know the index of character c in str2. So I used the method index of str2.index of c. So the first occurrence of capital C in the string str2 will get displayed. Next, I wanted to concatenate two arrays. I have concatenated string 1 to a string an animal, and I have written the output string to the str2 and it is stored. So the string 3 consists of zebra and animal. It is displayed by using str3. Let us see the output. Here, str1 contains zebra, str2 contains a, b, c, d, f, g, and the string length of str2 is 7. The character at index 0 here of string 1 is z, and also the character code of z is 90 is displayed. And then the index of character C which we have achieved by using index of, it specifies 2. String 3 consists after concatenating string 1 with an animal string. The answer would be zebra and animal. So those are the objects in JavaScript which are predefined, and also we have seen how to create an object in JavaScript on our own. So this is all about elements of objects in JavaScript. In the next video, I am going to discuss about dynamic HTML with JavaScript. Thank you for being with me until this far, and I will see you in the next video.